Welcome to the video lecture series on chemical process plant design and economics. Myself, Jamin Pandya, Assistant Professor in Chemical Engineering Department of LJIET Institute of Engineering and Technology. So in this lecture, we'll start new chapter which is a project management. So in this lecture, we'll talk about project planning process, scheduling process and planning of project by the scheduling using bar chart. So let's talk about the planning process. Project planning is a process of identifying your objective and scope, your goal and milestone, and assign the task and budget resource for the each step. A good plan is a easy settable with everyone involved and is most useful when it's revised regularly. So there are mainly 5 steps for project planning process: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling of planning and executing, and last step which is a closing, where monitoring and controlling during the planning and executing is the most important. So there are various functions of project planning. Using the project planning can determining the objective of project to be undertaken, can define the work requirement, reducing the resource, fund, material, mechanism and manpower requirement. It's also helpful for reducing various stage and determining the time frame for overall work. It also reduces the risk and uncertainty. It provides the basic coordination. The work among the concerned provide a basic prediction and controlling time at the cost. So let's talk about scheduling process. Scheduling process is laying out a actual job of project in time order in which they have to be performed. Manpower and material requirement need to each stage of construction are calculated along with the accept completion time or each of the job. A schedule showing starting and completion date of each activity and sequential relationship among the various activity. The project schedule is a tool that communicates what the work need to be performed, which resource of the organization will perform the work and the time framework in which the work need to be performed. So there are mainly 3 types of scheduling process, such as using the bar chart, CPM and PERT. So let's talk about the bar chart. The bar chart, which also known as the Gantt chart, the bar chart is used for representation of project in which activity are represented by horizontal segment of the length is proportional to the necessary conclude the task in question. The bar chart is an effective tool for the management of the work in project. So there are various properties for the bar chart. This is a horizontal bar chart plot over the time, such as a days, week or month. Each activity shows a bar, its length based on the time estimate. Depending on the task dependency and resource availability, this bar may be sequential or run in parallel. Each bar is plotted to the start, the earlier possible start date. So this is one example of bar chart. So this is how we can represent the bar chart. So now let's talk about various advantages of bar chart. It is a simple to understand, easy to prepare and consume less resource. It's to develop and implement, no training is required. It can be used to show progress, appreciate for the small project and can be used for the process schedule. It gives the clear pictorial model of the project. Now let's talk about various disadvantages of bar chart. From bar chart, it is difficult to construct bar chart for the large and complex project due to the limitation of size of paper. The relationship between the activity cannot be shown easily. Difficult to find critical path, critical activity and flow in this bar chart. Difficulty in seeing the immediately and exactly overall projection during in change occurs in any particular activity, and it's also difficult to manipulate and make correction in the chart. So can say that it is difficult to updating this bar chart. If we are going to update this bar chart, then we have to redraw again entire chart. So this is a disadvantage for the bar chart. To understand bar chart, let's take one example. So in this statement, given that using the detail shown below table, build a bar chart to find out project total duration. So in this statement given that we have to find out a total project duration. So in this statement given that various activities such as activity A, B, C, D, E, F, H, K, G, I, J, M, and followed by the various activity, which means after completion of activity A, activity B and C start. After completion of activity B, activity D and E is start. After completion of activity C, activity F is a start. After completion of activity D, activity H start. So followed activity represent completion of activity, and this activity start from completing this main activity. And duration in days, which represent for the activity A it take 3 days, for activity B it take 3 days, for activity C it take 5 days. So using this data can easily draw the bar chart. On a y-axis there is a activities, and on a x-axis there is a duration, or can say that time. So for activity A, that is a 3 days. So this activity A is for 3 days. After completion of activity A, there is a activity B and C, both are start. So activity B is for 3 days. So draw the activity for these 3 days. So 3 plus 3, which makes 6. And activity C is also start after completion of activity A. So have to draw the activity C. So this activity C is completion of after activity A. So let's draw this activity C after completion of activity A, and that is for the 5 days. So it's considered for the 5 days. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it becomes 5 days for this activity C. Now after completion of activity B, we have to start activity D and E. So after completion of activity complete at 3 plus 3 after 6 days. So after 6 days, we have to start this activity D and E. So after completion of activity B, we are going to start activity D and E. Activity D for the 4 days and activity E for the 5 days. So let's start this activity D, which is for 4 days, and this activity E for the 5 days. After completion of the activity C, we have to draw activity F. So drawing activity F after completion of activity C. So activity C, which is 5 days, so 3 plus 5, which make 8. So after 8 days, we have to start activity F. So after 8 days, we are going to start activity at 9th days, and which is for the 3 days. So this activity F is for 3 days. Now have to start the activity K and G. K and G activity start at after completion of E and F. So E and F activity both complete at the 11th day. So have to start K and G activity here. So if we are going to start K and G activity here, K for 3 days. So this is K for 3 days, and G which for 6 days. So this is the G for the 6 days. So this is how we are going to draw the bar chart. By completion of these all data, we get 30 days duration for this bar chart. So 30 days becomes our answer. Now let's take one more example to understand the bar chart. In example given that find the project total duration and date of completion. Assume the project start date is 1st December 2014. Use the following detail to build the Gantt chart, or can say that bar chart. So various data are given for to build this bar chart, where activities represent A, B, C, D to the K, and followed by the activity which used for after completion of the main activity, and duration which is in week. So this represent the number of weeks. So in y-axis we have to represent the activity, and on x-axis we have to represent the time or week. So in statement given that there is a week, so this y-axis represents the week. So this activity starts from the 1st December 2014. So we have to write 1st December 2014 here. First activity, which is A, which is for 2 days. So after completion of 2 days, we have to start activity B, C and D. Where B activity is 3 weeks. So write for B activity for 3 weeks. Then activity C, which is for 6 weeks. So 6 plus 2, which makes 8. Then after activity D, which again starts for the completion of A. So writing activity D after completion of A, so it becomes for 7 days. So 7 plus 2, which becomes 9. So after 9 days, this activity of D is complete. After 7 days, this activity complete, and after 5 days, this activity B is complete. Now we have to start the G activity after completion of B. So after completion of B is complete at 5 days. So we have to start this G activity at from the 6 days, and this G activity is for the 3 days. So have to draw this G activity for 3 days. Again we have to start the activity E, which is for 3 days after completion of C. So after completion of C, when C is complete after 6 plus 2. So it's complete on 8 days. So this is a C, which completion at 8 weeks. So activity C is completed at the 8 days, 6 plus 2, which means 8. So activity 8 is completed at the 8 week. After 8 week, we have to start the activity E. So we have to start the activity E after completion of C. So this E is started after completion of C. This is 3-week activity. So after completion of this 8 days activity of C, we have to start 3 days activity of E. After completion of activity D, we have to start activity F. So activity F is for the 2 days, and completion of this D activity, that can be given by 7 plus 2, which means 9. So after completion of this 9 weeks, we have to start activity F. So activity F is for the 2 days. So we are going to start this activity F at starting of 10 days and completion of 9 days. After then, we have to draw various activity such a manner so that we can find the maximum time taken for this chart. So after completion of the total duration, we will get 20 weeks, and estimation of completion date is 1st May 2015, and critical path for this diagram, that can be given by A, D, M and K. So this is all about the bar chart. I am completing my lecture here. Thank you.